5 chateaux that you can buy today for less than 500,000 euros. This is what we will talk about in today's video. Let's dive in.
An interesting chateau that is proposed by 𝐀𝐁 and it's located in Dordogne, 24 département, Lalande, it's Dordogne. We will check a little later on the map where it is exactly located. 645 square meters and the price 425,000 euro. The price has decreased, meaning that it was higher before. It has 130 people who put it in their favorites, so it has some interest. And we will analyze it. So I created some criteria here. We will pass quickly on each of them and give a rating for each of these criteria based on what we see in the ad. So we are on Le Bon Coin, which is a Craigslist of France. And you can find some interesting chateaux so that are not especially listed on the specialized websites. So this one, about architectural charm, because this is the first point we want to check. We will see the picture. And for me, it's a big yes. Big yes, meaning I am quite enthusiastic about the architecture. I love this stone. I love these towers, the rounded and the square ones. The square one, and the shape itself, it's quite interesting. Okay, it's not symmetric, but you have two rounded towers and two square towers. The architecture is quite interesting, and if you look on the details, you see you have interesting here details. The chemin de ronde inside here. This is really the old style, the old period where there was guards looking around to see if they were attacked. And but it's really, really good. For me, in terms of architecture, I like it very much. Look these windows. And it has been restored also, and we will speak about it later. Beautiful door. Another one here with the emblem of the family, I imagine, who built the chateau. Beautiful door here. You see, with this iron here. So for me, it's a big plus, this architecture, and I will give a 7 out of 10 for the architecture. I don't give more because it's not symmetrical, and that's it. In terms of historic authenticity, we will have to look at the description, what they say about it. It's a 14th century chateau located in a village and dominating the Dordogne River. So it's, as says the agency, true architectural jewel. And in terms of authenticity, they say it's here. You have two towers with machicoulis, entrance door Renaissance, fenêtre à meneaux, I don't know how you say in English, I should learn it. Some monumental fireplaces, the escalier à vis, and also, but this is for the future, for the next points, the roof has been redone. So in terms of historic authenticity, you have a pure 14th century chateau and some interesting details. We don't have so much information about the history and the characters of the chateau, people who lived there, but I will give also 7 out of 10 for the historic authenticity. In terms of structural condition, for me, it's really good, very good. It seems in very, very good condition, especially as I looked at the ad and they say that the roof has been redone. And you can see it. It's pretty clear. Here also you have inside the charpente. It seems very in a fantastic condition. So for me, in terms of structural condition, I would give 8, even I would say 9 in terms of structural condition, because I can see from the ad, of course, it needs a deeper analysis on site, but from the ad, I would give a 9 out of 10. Because it seems in very good condition. Interiors and standard living. Let's check the picture inside. We saw it quickly. So there is some modern floors that you should remove. Indeed, you have some boiserie. I am not sure it's original, this. You have some beams here that could be original. Also fireplace. And in this room at least. Here also another fireplace. And also here some beams on the ceiling. All the fabrics on the walls. Still boiserie and a wooden floor. Pretty interesting. Here you have something. Okay, so in the other room apparently they removed or are changing currently the fabrics on the wall, you can see here. But nothing crazy. Here also again a beautiful fireplace here. I really love it. And the stone that are visible on the walls. Modern, quite modern parquet. I think parquet, but not so bad. And that's it for inside. We don't have more information. I will just check the ad, what they say about inside. L'entrée est délimitée par une immense tour à créneaux restaurée. I speak in French, but I will translate. Restaurée, elle constitue un appartement. Okay, so one of the tower with a créneau has been restored and it's in fact a flat, an apartment of 124 square meters, independent and heated with a reversible air conditioning system. In the courtyard there is a swimming pool. Apparently we didn't see it on the pictures. And that's it. That's all we have to give a rating about interior and living standard. But it seems in pretty good condition. Inside, I will give a 7 out of 10 with, again, the picture we have under our eyes. Grounds and privacy. This is maybe the thing that is not so good with this one. Because, as I told you quickly, we are in a village, in the center of a village. And you don't have so much space because the land is 1,136 square meters. This is for sure the reason why this is, I would say, so cheap for this kind of chateau in such a good shape and history behind it. So for me, this is the problem, and I would give 4 for grounds and privacy. A small garden, and you have neighbors around for sure that you cannot exactly see here on the picture, but I am pretty sure that on the left and everywhere around you have some houses and etc. So this is the downside of this chateau. In terms of location now, we are here in Dordogne. So you are close to Bergerac, which it's quite good because there is an airport here, and you are not far from between, in fact, Bergerac and Sarlat, which are two of the main cities, with Périgueux, which is in the north here. So you see, you have Bergerac, Sarlat, and Périgueux here. You are almost closer to Bergerac, but in this triangle. And you are not, in fact, if you are close to Bergerac, you are not so far from Bordeaux. With the international airport, of course, you can go to Paris, you can go to London. And you have also another one airport here in Brive-la-Gaillarde, which is also going to Paris directly. And Bergerac offered direct flights to London. I am not sure it's all year long, but you have the direct flight to London. So this is a good point, in my opinion. You are pretty well located. So location score, I would give 6 out of 10 for this. In terms of accessibility, we just spoke about it, and I will leave a 6 out of 10. Climate is good. You are in Dordogne, you are at the same latitude as Bordeaux, so you can expect a lot of days of sun here. It's a good climate for me, so 7 out of 10. In terms of business potential, for this chateau is quite limited. The location is good. You have Bergerac, Sarlat, a lot of tourism here for sure in Dordogne. But what can you do with this chateau? you can do, I think, only two things. Or bed and breakfasts in the bedrooms, or in the bedrooms, meaning you can rent, for example, this, which is apparently a flat in this tower, or you can rent it totally, which is what I would do with this chateau. Make a private rental property where a family can rent it for a week, family or friends or even a company can rent it for a week or two for holidays, because there is a swimming pool that we didn't see, and there is a village around, which is not a problem. It's even an asset for people who rent a chateau, because they can maybe go in the village to find a croissant, a baguette, and other stuff, and don't feel so alone in their chateau during their holidays. But you really have the feeling of being in a real, and you are in a real French chateau. This is what I would do. So in terms of business potential, there is not so much option, but if you choose this private rental option, it's a good idea, because there are again a lot of tourism in this region. Running cost efficiency, for me, it's quite, from what I see from the picture, it seems to be again renovated. So the roof is well isolated. So in my opinion, you have a way to not spend too much money in terms of running costs. It's only, if I can say so, 645 square meters. You don't have so much land to maintain. So there is a swimming pool. Okay, you have to maintain the swimming pool, but it's not so big, such a big deal. And you don't have a big land again. So for me, running cost efficiency, it's quite good. I would put 8 out of 10 for running costs. Market value indexed, 1 is overpriced, 10 is a good deal. For me, it's a 7 out of 10. Because you don't have so much land. It can be a plus, but it's also in terms of intimacy and privacy, it's not so good. So for me, this is the only reason I give only 7 and not more. But in some cases, it can appear like a better deal than 7 out of 10. But for this price, 425,000 euros, yes, it's a good deal. So this chateau, which is called a manoir, in fact, a manor, is listed at 350,000 euros. It's located in Sologne, 41, the département Saint-Aignan. We will check in a moment on the map, but it's well located in the Loire region. And so this manoir is quite interesting. And in terms of architectural charm, it has definitely some charm with this stone on the walls and this tower, hexagonal tower, I think. It's original. I like it. I like it. And you see here, there is a beautiful garden also, some outbuildings. And here on the left, you can see the chapel. So for me, it has a lot of charm. Even if the outbuilding here is not in a good condition, as you can see. But it's quite nice. And I will give it a 7 out of 10 for architectural charm. Historic authenticity. In fact, this is something that a building that was built first in the 13th century and continuing in the 15th and 16th centuries. So it keep a lot of old decorative element and buildings like the chapel, and also this beautiful French garden. So for me, it's quite an interesting chateau. We don't have so much information about it, but it's classified as a historical monument. It's noted listed MH, meaning it's the highest level of protection and classification. In terms of structural condition, It seems to be in quite good condition. Here you can see on the roof there are some problem, but I think it's just some stuff that you can remove. It's not a structural problem, this. And the walls and everything seem in a good condition, except effectively the outbuilding here that probably need full restoration. Even the roof doesn't seem in crystal clear condition. Without speaking about this window, you see here. So for sure, the roof here of the outbuildings need to be redone. Other than this, it seems in a pretty good condition. Yes, this is the other facade. The walls are not fantastic, but apparently nothing to worry a lot about. Some changes have been made here. Added some stones that for sure are not originals, but otherwise it's quite good. Okay, I will give a 6 out of 10. Interior and living standards. Let's check inside. So authentic and rustic interiors with very big beams in wood everywhere, the old fireplace, stones everywhere on the wall, nice tomat on the floor. Yes, I like it, this mix of stone and wood and tomat here, old fireplace, old windows. See some old floor here, tiles, something. This beautiful escalier vis that doesn't go up until the end. Beautiful fireplace here, I love it. With a little four, little oven here apparently. Former door that has been closed. And the beams. Another fireplace. Beautiful. Some stained glass windows. I like also the style of the bedroom. Yes, it's rustic. You have electricity, you can see here and there. So it's not properly made, meaning it's on the wall, not in the wall, all the cables. But it has a merit to exist. And the chapel, the old chapel. Some problem here, but a lot of remains from former period. It looks in pretty good condition, this roof and this wood frame structure. Very good. I like it. Interior and living standard. You are, of course, in a rustic place, so it's not modern, but for me it's good. Grounds and privacy seems very, very, very good, this, because you have a lot of space. You have like how many hectares? 2 hectares. It's enough. It's enough. You already have to maintain this garden, which is not so big, but already you need some work to maintain this type of French garden. But okay, I will give a 7 out of 10 for this one, for grounds and privacy. Location score, you are very, and accessibility and climate, we will speak about these 3 at the same time. You see here on the map, you are close to Valençay, meaning you are close to Damien and Tom at Château Poséidon, if you follow them. They are just located here next to Valençay. And you are in a very good location because you are close to Amboise, Tours, Blois. All the Châteaux de la Loire are here. Loche. So this is a very good location, close to the A85. So this is good. And the Météo, you see, you have Chenonceau here, Chemery. It's also a castle there. There are castles everywhere here. So you are really in a location for castles. Montresor. Everywhere you look, Poulennes, you have castles. So you will not be alone there. So in terms of location, I would give a 7 out of 10. Accessibility the same. Climate, I would say 6, because you have some road. You can have some road winter, but you have also the 4 seasons here, so it's quite a good climate. It's okay. In terms of business potential for this one, you can definitely, with some decoration and some research about the history of the building, make tour and visit, because you have some authentic rooms, the chapel, the garden. So you can make with this one a place to visit. This old kitchen can be beautiful. Yes. You can also eventually make some bed and breakfast, 1 or 2 nice bedrooms, if there is bathrooms, but I imagine yes. It's not a chateau perfect for business, except if you succeed to restore this outbuilding here or there, because you could make something to receive events. And for this one, as it is classified, if I well understood, you can receive subsidies for this, up to maybe 30-40% of the cost of the restoration, as it is listed. This can be an option. But in terms of business potential, I would give also a 6, not more. Running cost efficiency. There is no really high ceiling. Windows you need to check, but not such a big space. We don't know exactly the building surface area, but in terms of running cost efficiency, I would leave a 6 out of 10. And in terms of market value index, I would give also a 6 out of 10 for this, because at 350 I could even give a 7, because it's listed, so you can receive help and subsidies for the restoration. And there is a beautiful garden. You have 2 hectares of land, and it's very well located. So yes, 7 for market value index, in my opinion. This chateau is proposed by Les Belles Maisons du Perche, and as for each listing, you can find on the page of the listing analysis on the website the link to the ad and to the agency who propose each chateau. That's it for this one. So this chateau is listed at 288,000 euros. It's located in Région Auvergne, département 63, which is Puy-de-Dôme, à Sugères. This is the name of the city. Generally, this is not exactly the location. They put a city around, not always the good one. But as you can see on the main picture, it's not in a fantastic condition apparently, and we will speak about it. So, as always, there is the different criteria that we will give a rating on 10. And about architectural charm, let's check the pictures we have from outside. And from outside we have this, which is a building, a rectangle, basically with some added walls or maybe former walls around, and a larger view show us that there are different type of buildings, not really coherent in my opinion. Also this big building here, and nothing fancy on the facade. For me, in terms of architectural charm, I would give a 3 out of 10 for this. I don't see anything really exciting on this building and on these buildings, I would say. About historic authenticity. Here we have maybe an old building, so we will know more by looking at the listing description. It's from the 18th century and it has kept a lot of decorative elements from the origin. That's it. That's all what we have. We don't have more information about the history of this chateau, no characters, nothing special. I would give 5 out of 10 for the historic part and authenticity. Structural condition. As you can see on this picture, you have some problems for sure on the structural condition of the building. Even if I can notice, and I noted and I saw on the ad description, this part, the roof has been redone, which is a good point. But the facade, the shutters, the windows, everything needs to be replaced, at least on the right side. Here you can see some white windows. It's maybe a sign that it was changed by modern windows, and it's maybe the place where the owners live or were living, and the reason why they maybe change this part. But we will see more about this in the next section, interiors and living standards. So for structural condition, I would give a 4 out of 10, because I would have given 3, but as the roof has been restored, it's okay. You see here, new roof, toiture neuve. So, okay, let's see inside the famous decoration that is apparently remaining, the old one. So you have here an interesting staircase. I like this. It's nice. The walls are not in good condition for sure, but and you have a preview here of a nice room with apparently a monumental fireplace, some vaulted ceiling. So let's see. Yes, this is it. So this is old original ceiling, which is pretty nice. The fireplace also. I don't like the red painting, but this is nothing really difficult to change. The floor is good also. Here you can see some problems on the walls and electricity cable passing by here and there. So I don't see any heating system here, but electricity there is a light here, there is a fridge. For the heating, I say I don't see, but there is this fireplace that was used apparently this last years. And you have another room here with some boiserie on the walls, the fireplace, and 2 fireplaces in fact in the room. Quite original this. It seems to be a fireplace, not sure. And the walls are not in fantastic condition neither, ceiling neither. So yes, okay, you have here big rooms with big openings and bringing a lot of lights inside. Another fireplace. The walls needs to be redone, and the floor also has some problems, as you can see, this wooden floor. So quite complicated in terms of living interior and living standard. We are not on the upside of this rating. You have some decoration, yes, you have some fireplaces, but there is a lot of work here. You can see everything here. There are some problems above the windows. So this is nice. I like the floor. This rosace on the ceiling, some decoration around the ceiling. There is this niche. So there are still decoration also. I like the surrounding the cases of the doors. It's quite nice. There is a potential for sure. There are big rooms, but on the walls everywhere there are quite a lot of restoration to do. Some old wooden floor, not in fantastic shape neither. The beams here, okay. Some wooden placard, cupboards. Okay, for interior and living standard, we are again at 4. I would give even a 3. But there are some interesting decorations, so I would I prefer to keep 4 out of 10. Grounds and privacy. But you have a nice view. There is a road here. There is this fountain that is interesting. When you see on this picture, this one, it seems to be quite isolated. You don't have a large view. I could not identify this chateau and to have a Google Earth view. So I cannot tell you more than this picture, but I would leave a 6 out of 10 for grounds and privacy. You have, in terms of land, because we didn't check, almost 2 hectares. It's not bad. It's not crazy big neither, but it's okay. Auvergne, and you are close to 𝐖𝐓𝐇. 𝐖𝐓𝐇 is also a quite big city, and you have the A75, which is passing by just here. So you are not far here. Maybe they say it in the ad. I will check immediately the distance, but I think it's like 20 kilometers from 𝐖𝐓𝐇 and the A75. So this is quite good. Nothing crazy, but okay. You are in Auvergne, so in terms of location, I will give a 5 out of 10. Because you are in a remote area. Anyway, you are in Auvergne, which is not the best location in terms of weather, climate, but I will speak about it in a second, and accessibility also. So location score, I would give 5. Accessibility, travel, the same. There is not really TGV, there is not really an airport. There is an airport in Clermont-Ferrand, but it's not fantastic. Climate, I would give a 5 also, because the winters are long and hard in this region. And it's not the best region for this. In terms of business potential, currently it's really difficult to give a rating. We don't know anything, but maybe after restoration, you can do a tour for this building. You can rent it for eventually a private rental for a family. But there is a lot of work in this chateau before you make anything with it. So yes, 4 out of 10. And running costs. But running cost, it's a huge building, and for me, running cost efficiency, it's also quite bad. I will give a 3 out of 10 because there is really a big surface, and you need, and this is not about restoration, but you need to have very good windows to make it more efficient in terms of insulation. And there is a lot of outbuildings to maintain also, and 2 hectares of land. Market value, 1 is overpriced, 10 is a deal. For me, it's clearly overpriced. I give you my point of view on this. I give a 2 out of 10 because this kind of property that is called a chateau, I think that it should be sold at less than 100 or even 50,000 euros. You cannot expect someone to pay almost 300,000 euros for something that needs such a big restoration and to put so much money to make it at least a little bit livable. So for me, the owner, I think it's difficult for them to understand, but You should not, at least for a buyer perspective, you should not buy this kind of property for a price above 100,000 euros. This is not possible. You can find something at 500,000 euros that is in a very better shape than this one and requiring a lot less restoration than this one. This is my honest point of view. You may disagree, but this is how I think. So this is a global score, and that's it for me for this one. This chateau, I spoke about it in a previous video, but I wanted to share it with you because the price dropped. It's now at under 300,000 euro and 296 here and 800 euro. And I even found another agency. So this one is 𝐻𝐿 Immobilier, and the other one is IMO 24/7, which propose it at 291,000 euro. And this chateau is pretty interesting at this price, even if there is, and you will see, a big problem. In terms of architectural charm, I think it has a charm because the photo does not give him justice, as we say in French, but it's good looking. There is this tower, it's an authentic 18th century chateau. There is a lot of outbuildings. It's like you feel really in a chateau at the old times. And me, I like it quite well. So I would give it 6 out of 10 for in terms of architectural charm, because it is quite nice. I will just check here the picture on the other one, 𝐻𝐿 Immobilier. You see, you have these stones, the well here, some outbuildings. It's a coherent property, in my opinion. You see these outbuildings, they are quite nice, authentic. I like it. You see all these pictures. Personally, I like it. So this is just for architectural charm, okay? So let's come back to the ad and let's see what they say about it quickly. So yes, it's they don't say anything, in fact, but it's an 18th century chateau. But in terms of historic authenticity, I would give a 7 out of 10 because it's a real historic chateau. In terms of structural condition, I can already tell you I will give a 2 out of 10 because you will see on the picture, maybe you saw quickly, there is a large fissure here, crack, more than a crack. This is totally désolidarisé. I don't know how you say it in English, but it's really separated, the tower from the main building. And so this requires very big restoration, risky restoration, and a lot of time and money to do that, to repair this problem. That you can also see on the other photo and other listing. You can see it better here. You see, it's going along all the building, all the tower, and here in the middle also. So this one is in danger. This is for sure. This is for sure a problem. And I think we have another photo where we can see it also here on the other side. This tower is totally separated now from the main building, and it's a big work. Big work because you have to work on the foundations and try to do something, because there is a problem. There is a problem here that can be maybe the ground is not hard enough, and with time there is a problem created. And anyway, I am not a specialist of this, but I can tell you that this is a big problem. Not something that you cannot do anything with, but you have to be aware when you buy it. And in my opinion, and we will speak about it a little bit later, about the value and price, you should negotiate if you want to buy this one. But interior and living. let's check the interior for the living part. So you have okay room. This one is okay, also is interesting with this stone, but I will not spend so much time here because I spoke about it. So just to show you again, but you have this stone, the wooden ceiling, and rounded, etc. ceiling here, but it's quite low, in fact, the ceiling. It's not the big high ceiling that you can expect in a chateau. There is this old staircase, old fireplace also, the walls, everything, it's authentic. Normal bedrooms, you see, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Beautiful view, and yes, that's it, nice cave. Small rooms, you see, it's not the big rooms that you can maybe sometimes expect, but it's more a rural, authentic chateau. Kitchen, here also a lot of restoration here. So there are more photos than in the previous ad. But it's nice. And you have a washing machine if you need. Okay, so interior and living standard. I would give a 5 out of 10. Ground and privacy, you don't see it, but I identified this one, so I know which chateau it is. So I can tell you around there is nothing. You have 2 roads and small roads, so no problem, and nothing around. You are alone and you are good with your outbuildings. If you like privacy, it's very good. No specific big garden to maintain. I would give 8 out of 10 for this. Location score. So we are located close to Collonges-la-Rouge, which is a touristic place, really. And you are, in fact, close to Dordogne, close to Brive-la-Gaillarde, where there is an airport also with a direct flight to London, if I am right, or Paris, sorry. Direct flight to Paris. And you are close to Dordogne, as I told you. So it's not so bad. It's not bad at all. The location is pretty good. I like it. And the weather, you can expect a pretty good weather also. Accessibility, you have some highways going to Limoges, Brive-la-Gaillarde. It's okay, it's a 6. And location score, I would give also a 6. Climate, I will give a 7 because you have a lot of sun in this region. In terms of business potential, is quite weak. It's a weak point, I think, because even if you restore and solve the problem of the structure, in terms of business potential, you saw the rooms are not so big. You have some outbuildings, but we didn't see them properly, and there is not a big place where you can host events or weddings. So it would be, for me, once restored, renovated, decorated, furnished, you can make it B&B eventually, but it's not fantastic business potential on this one. I don't see it, at least. For me, it's a 5 out of 10. Running cost efficiency, it's a small chateau, not high ceilings. You have a big land, but no formal gardens to maintain. Yes, if you restore and put insulation and good windows that are crazy expensive, you can expect to run this chateau for an amount that is reasonable. So I would give also a 6 out of 10. In terms of market value, of course, I would have given 8 out of 10 if there was not this structural problem on the tower, because for 291,000 euros you have 1 hectare of land, a little more than 1 hectare of land, 300 square meters, 6 bedrooms, well, only 1 bathroom for the moment, but this you can do it. Yes, and it's quite well located. And you have the possibility also to buy other land around. But in this condition, for this price, I would give a 5 out of 10 for market value index, because I think with this big problem, it should be even less expensive than that. It should be less than 200,000 euros, in my opinion. That's it for this one. So this chateau is proposed at 449,900 euros. So it's located in Centre Val de Loire region, département 36, which is Indre. So before to start this listing, this is proposed by Agence Mercure Poitou-Charentes Vendée. And now let's have a look at the architectural charm, which is the first criteria that we are rating the chateau. So you can see 3 towers here, pretty simple facade, small openings, not so many openings on the main facade. Okay, it's quite simple, no symmetry. There is this little veranda here that is not really looking good in my opinion. And the other side, it's really simple. Nothing. It's like a house with openings, with windows and a door. That's it. On the side, there is no opening neither. So in terms of architectural charm, I would give a 5 out of 10 on this one. Okay, in terms of historic authenticity, let's check the listing, what they say. So it's 14th and 15th century chateau. It was owned by Commanderie des Augustins de la Maison Dieu de Montmorillon. Donc this is an old commandery, which is something that I cannot tell you more about now, but I will publish a video on the main channel about a commandery, so you will know exactly what this is if you don't know yet. That's it. That's all information we have about the history. So I will give a 5 out of 10 or even a 6 because it's an authentic 14th and 15th chateau. Okay, so structural condition. It seems in pretty good condition from outside because at least the main building, it's quite good. The roof seems in good condition also, and the outbuildings are also in pretty good condition apparently. I like this one. Is more charming than the main house, this outbuildings, I feel. So yes, this is it. We cannot say so much more about the structural condition, but it doesn't seem something really bad. Okay, so we can leave a 6 out of 10 also for this. Interiors and living standards. So let's check the pictures from inside. This is a kitchen, so a modern kitchen, really nothing historic here. But there is electricity, there is a heating system, apparently. So this is a good point because we are just speaking about living standard. Some floor here, don't think it's quite old. There is this old stair here that can be a original one. Some parquet that are quite new. Little fireplace, nothing fancy on the walls or on the ceiling except this little frieze here around. Okay, well, here you have old beams, thick walls, old fireplace. So this is a positive point. And this nice wooden frame here in this outbuilding, I imagine, with this fresco on the wall. This is nice. This is some historical stuff. And here the basement, the cellar, which is also old and interesting. Interior and living standard, you are pretty good. You have electricity and heating system. It's in pretty good condition, everything, but nothing interesting. So much interesting about history and decoration. Some things, so we will leave a 6 out of 10. Grounds and privacy. You have a land of almost 13 hectares, including fields, garden, river, and outbuildings. So a little house, and also former old chapel, and a lot of outbuildings apparently. So this is quite good. And in these outbuildings you have a stable with an attic, also a big barn with an attic also, and also a toilet, exterior toilet. And you have a heating system with fuel, with a cuve of 4,000 liters, and annual consumption 3,000 liters, including hot water. This is, we will speak about it later about this, but in terms of ground and privacy, with 13 hectares of land, it's quite good, even if one part of it is rented. And this is maybe something you have to check for sure. There is a bi-verbal, meaning there is a contract that is not written with someone who is renting one part of the land. Someone, maybe an agriculture or someone else, and they made a deal orally, so there is no trace. This can be a problem. At least there is something you should be concerned about and ask more questions. Okay, so ground and privacy, as we saw, I think you are quite good. You see here, no neighbors, except maybe on the left. You have to check here what is here, if it's not a neighbor, because as always, or at least as often, there is not a large view. Always complaining me. I am always complaining about this, but this is the case, and I cannot identify this castle, so I don't know where it is. In terms of ground and privacy, I would leave 6 out of 10, because I don't have enough information. In terms of location, you are located in the Parc Naturel Régional de la Brenne, which is very beautiful. I have made a chateau visit, chateau tour here with the owner, Château du Boucher. So it's very beautiful, of course, but yes, not big cities really close, except Châteauroux here, Poitiers on the other side, but not so easy to access. And you have the A20 here. This is a good point, because with the A20 you can join Paris, following by the A71 and A10. But you see, you are quite in the middle of France here. And this is not the best location. This is not the worst. Again, I would leave a 6 out of 10 for this one. In terms of accessibility, you have the A20 here, and that's it. Okay, you have the A10 on the other side. Go to Poitiers. Again, I will not make a change in this. I leave 6 out of 10 for the location score. Accessibility, travel, 6 out of 10. Climate, I would leave 6 out of 10 also. You are in the middle of France, so it's really, you have the 4 seasons here, not the hotel, but the seasons. And that's it. It's not bad, it's not good, it's okay. In terms of business potential, not so many potential, in fact, with this. It's better to make it a house for you. If you want a house that looks like a castle, that is a castle, a historic castle, you are not such a huge fan of the symmetry, and you don't care so much about it. You need some land to make a garden, and to have some privacy, and to invite some friends in the house for friends, this one. That's okay, that's good, but you will not make a real big business with it. You will not make tour and visits. You will not. You can make eventually B&B, etc. Eventually, but it's not so sexy in terms of architecture. So in terms of marketing, it's not so easy. And interior, it's not neither wow. So difficult. Business potential, I would give a 5 out of 10. Running cost efficiency, it's not bad because you have the chauffage of fuel, but you have a simple layer on the windows, meaning that you need, you will have a lot of wind that is coming inside and fresh air. So it's not perfect. 5 out of 10. Market value index, I will not change it. I will leave 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It's in pretty good condition, but it's not, for me, it's not sexy enough, and there is not so much potential in terms of business. I would leave a 6 out of 10. We are not forget to say that we are speaking about a 449,000 euro chateau, real chateau, so it's not bad. And you have almost 13 hectares in a place which is in center of France. So it's not so bad neither, but this is a kind of chateau that I am not falling in love with, but this is my personal opinion. That's it.
If you are seriously thinking about buying a French chateau, please check out my services on my website olivier.sochateaux.com. Link in the comments and in the description.